Dang it. All of a sudden, very suddenly, we didn't expect it. Because I didn't expect it either. Oh my goodness. Guess who it is? Stop that, because it can only be one man. So distinct evidence, and with no shred of impossibility. Like, do you see any impossibility to this statement? Do you? Not I. The commas god. Hachiro Mangetsu, that boy. Back at you again for another video, and today, what do I have for you? I think it's music. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, right? Just by the title. So we're just going to be sitting here, and I'm gonna kind of talk your ear off a little bit about just a bunch of everything surrounding my music, like how I created, what's my favorite ones, and then just, you know what I'm saying, just kind of going through it all of it, you feel me? We're making it happen. Alright, so what we got today is, as I said, going to be a music review stream where I just kind of, like I said, just talk about some stuff. I had to bring the lighting up in my room here, because, I'm like, I can't even see myself. And that's undoubtedly the case for everyone in reviews. So, I had to correct that real quick. We're going to go ahead and bring ourselves on over to the YouTube screen where we will be taking care of all of this. And let's just do that happen with no further delay. I need to make myself appear. And you're once again the pawn, you know what I'm saying? That was supposed to be like this, before we started. But it is what it is. Alright, let me come back over here. And bring my face into the scenario. Oh, I'm in there. You better know it. Alright. Stream looks good, and have the chat open over here. So, you know what I'm saying? We'll go over here to the actual screen here. And what we want is we're just going to start from the playlist. You know what I'm saying? So we got like a bunch of different playlists here, but we're going to kind of move through them. I'm wondering, because this is completely unplanned, so I'm not really sure which one of these to start with. However, I think one of the most, I'd say, iconic is probably in here, which is this entire Outcast Moon Warframe hip hop playlist right here. Now, see, all of these have enjoyed what I call a fair amount of views. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got them out there, and for me, as long as I got like a good little 100 on them or something like that, I was always good with it. But that's beside the point. Um, Easily the most attended, the most you know, not by views, but just noteworthy is definitely My Squad, and it's the beats by Nico on the beat. And one thing is that a good number of these were with hip hop instrumental makers like all over the internet that you might even heard of before. You know what I'm saying? So I've used beats from these people, gone around. Some of them I asked permission, some of them I didn't. But the basic structuring of how I will make a song is I will first get the general idea, then I'll write the lyrics, and then the beat actually comes last. A lot of people find the beat first and then make the lyrics. Like for me, the beat comes last in some scenarios, not all. And this is because most of the time I kind of already have like a scheme that I already kind of want as soon as I start up writing. Um, in the case of when I do the beat first, it has to resonate. Like it has to cause like a fucking mind explosion, like and when that happens, like I will write tracks within like, 3 to 5 minutes and I've already got like, two verses hook already made out and that burst of inspiration, you know what I'm saying? Um but going over to my squad, this is one of the ones that kind of put me on the map as like essentially a Warframe player, a Conclave player, you know, and enjoy some of the most like likes that I've gotten on any video. And
Hey,
you
this
can kind
Hachi
of
right
see
there.
that people really did kind of come by
It's best you stay clear
to
of
see
him.
this, you know what I'm saying? Like it was
He was scared
pretty
of
much
you.
one of my
But
best
what
ones.
about his squad? Definitely stay away from them. They're vicious.
Now see, that's that boy Dark Flash, like from the back in the day. Like a lot of people know Dark Flash right here. I'm gonna kind of like go through the video a little bit. Of course, this is me, like in an alternate like Red Terror color scheme with my signature and patented ogres. You know what I'm saying? Doing my thing. I just like the barrel slap right here. You know, like that shit looks
Hey,
dope.
this Hachi right there.
It's one of my favorite clips.
It's best you stay clear of him.
I forgot whose
But what about his squad?
animation set that
Definitely
was.
stay away from them. They're vicious.
But this was pretty much like one of my very first like love letters to the clan, and that's like one of it. That's one of the reasons why this is like such an iconic track, and even like alumni members of the Outcast Moon clan of that history, you know what I'm saying, can go back and reference this track. And by the way, yeah, this individual here, that'll be a person by the name of Minamosa 2002. Like that was another thing. It's like a lot of the noteworthy members will always, for the most part, in a best of records intro or one of these music videos, something like that along those lines. And again, it's one of the reasons why this is one of the most iconic. And this is around when Captura first had was really getting played around with, especially by me in particular. So, I kind of got some really good scenes together with these guys. They were very cooperative, and it made an excellent music video in and of itself,
What
just
about his
aside from
squad?
the lyrics.
Definitely stay away from them. They're vicious. Watch my Mangetsu put 10 minutes on the clock. Watch how my weapons put a nigga at the top. Conflicts with outcasts recommending that you stop. Or we can make this one match the
The
hardest
hardest
ever
ever
fought.
fought.
Hey,
Let me tell you about how hard it was to like how hard it was to time these sentences.
yo, who that man there? Think
Think
he
he
had
had
a
a
plan
plan
there?
though? Like I had to like meticulously, like, cause I was using Share Factory in here, and I think it even says so. Well, I guess it doesn't, and that's always what was weird about it. It marks this as a Destiny song, even though it's 100% about Warframe, which is funny to me. But like I said, time to truly shout out my Outcast Moon members out there making their name in Warframe Conclave and beyond, presenting my newest sick Conclave rap, My Squad. I worked on this for days, and I hope you guys enjoy. Yeah, and then I shouted out everybody, and like I said, this is one of the most iconic uh, Warframe related tracks that I have made. Unfortunately, uh, I wouldn't call it a marketable one because it's got a lot of like profane lyrics and things like that. So like you got plenty of other tracks that hit the mark in the marketability category, but this one right here is one of those kind of underground, like everybody knows about this one type shit. Like there's a good amount of people who know about this track. They're like, oh, my squad, yeah, that was a good one. You know what I'm saying? Like that, this one was. You point to my lyricism concerning video game music. This is one of the first ones that I'll show you, and then like the Outcast right underneath it. They're all pretty much arranged like damn near in perfect order as to like importance, like the ones you should know, the ones you should listen to. And going on with this one,
Got the shot, so that stupid man just stand there. Aiming with this Opus, you don't want my shot to land there. Body gonna ragdoll when aiming with this Opus, you don't want my got the shot, so that stupid man just stand there.
see that line right there, like thought he had the shot, so that stupid man just stand there, is just me referencing a very common occurrence in conclave games where people like to stand still and think they just got the shots to kind of support it, but most of the time that just makes you an easy target for my ogress, which I like just reference later on, you know, and that when I said this.
Aiming with this Opus, you don't want my shot to land there. Body
And
gonna
I
ragdoll
just
when my
pretty much full contacted him like with an anti-air shot right there. But like that was basically an example of it right there in the video of me talking about like, yeah, this needs to be up in quality. Um yeah, that what I was talking about of like, you know, not standing still against that weapon. Like that's why a lot of people considered it broken during this timeline of around like 5 years ago. So this is like September 8th, 2018. This is very humble beginnings for me. Like, you know, this is like literally me 6 years ago. So I was 24, and this is probably maybe my second year or so running the Outcast Moon clan. So this is it's a pretty significant piece of history. And I timed this track not only off of the fact that, you know, we were starting to become a very notable clan in the conclave community, but I also timed this track because, like, you know, at this point, you know, it's been 2 years of like the clan running, so like we need some music, you know, we need some like branding, some kind of like, you know, something to look back on, something to know, to get people knowing who the fuck this is. And so an aggressive track, like shout outs to Nico on the beat for the instrumental, because this was a really, really good banger instrumental that just like, you know, like
shot gon' land there. But thought I was a problem, but my squad will beat your mans up. If you think you'll stop us, slow them guns
now
on
I'm
me.
gonna show you something else. Is hang on one
Stand up.
second.
Thought I
I'm gonna cut my visual feed for a second. Hang on. Okay. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna open a third tab right here because I want to show you guys the actual track. Well, the place that the beat is from.
As I'm in the midst of applying for residency right now, wish me luck.
Fucking
Grammarly
hate
has
it.
again been a lifesaver with my application.
Let's see, here it is. Like this is the place where it's from, like Nico on the beat right there. But I don't think this is the actual official panel. But this is indeed the instrumental. And once again, just like, you know, shout outs. Oh, I like this comment. That's actually good. Everybody brags on their squad, but I'm grateful for mine. Like, that's just like me for real. I'm gonna actually just say that. you just like me for real. For real. Yeah, that's not the official channel, I don't think. But um, you see how just like a much of a banger that beat was, and the fact that like I had already decided to make the track. I called it My Squad. Just like this, it was total convenience. Like um, that shit was like a completely convenient thing. And I went into the to YouTube and typed up like a deep bass hard style beat. You know what I'm saying? So I like the darker sounds like the shit with like deep bass in it that fucking gets you like boom 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 like you just like it has the perfect like you know uh backing to like the aggression that I was trying to push with this track,
I was a problem, but my
And of course,
squad
we
don't
won't
beat
go
your
and
man's
listen to
up.
the whole
If
thing,
you
I
think
don't
you'll
think.
stop us, load them guns, homie, and stand up. You thought I
I
was
was
a
a
problem,
problem,
but
but
my
my
squad
squad
don't
will
beat
beat
your
your
man's
man's
up.
up.
If you think you'll stop us, load them guns, homie, and stand up. Thought I was a problem, but my squad will beat your man's up. If you think you'll stop us, load them guns, homie, and stand up. Stand up, we ready with full our.
Now, I'm gonna tell you, like I tell pretty much everybody else, round two, aka verse two, Hashi is crazy. All right, every time I come with the second verse, it's always way, 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 way better than the first one for some reason. Like it's like once I get, what I'm saying, like the main idea of the track out in the first verse, like it has become intentional after a point, uh, to just make sure that the verse two is always the craziest. So like, what I'm saying, like when I come in or like on entry on this verse, like I treat every one of my verses like a combo. All right, every single one of them shits is like a string and an individual button. You know what I'm saying? Like all that shit works together to make one of some of the craziest combos that you're gonna get, like on an instrumental track that I decide to murder on. You know what I'm saying? Like so, right here when you get to round two, that's when I'm spending all the meter. All right, I packed up 3 bars of meter. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to launch the ultimate. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to hit the critical art. You feel me? So like every time. So like with this one, and it's the same with pretty much all the rest of my tracks in my discography that I've made over my time. Um, so
Archos
this one here,
machetes, right? Twins, men stand up, we ready with full archos machetes, right? Twin swords, crossbows, pistols, let's get we go. Headshots, we hitting. In the games, no quit, no sleep. Mad dogs of the conclave. Headshots, we hitting.
in the game is no quit, no sleep. Like I just like the ad libs in this section because they're just so simple, but they make the point very much known. So like one of my favorite things is just like actually following the ad libs that are in here. And they're fucking they're also hilarious once you like really understand like that I'm just mostly being humorous with the second verse. Like it's just like stand up, we ready with full autos, machetes, twin swords, crossbows, pistols. Let's get it. Like I just went ahead and fucking referenced pretty much almost all the main uh weapon styles that you will see in Conclave for the most part, especially at that time, like in 2018. Those were a lot of the weapons you saw. So, like, you saw Atticus, you saw a lot of different dual swords. You saw people spinning with freaking machete wraiths and stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a different time back then. And so, like, I made sure to kind of reference the point in time in history that we were also in and what we specialized in. So it's like some of the clan members in there specialized in full autos, machetes, twin swords, crossbows. For me, I was the twin swords, crossbows, part of the track, right? Part of the lyric right there. Because I used to use the Attica and the Dex Doctor before using the dual Commons Prime and the Ogres. That was one of my main go-to setups. So I referenced myself right there with the twin swords, crossbows, pistols. Let's get it. Like after that, whole rest of the verse just kind of progresses so cleanly.
To the conclave, cause I bark out getting bitten. Ultra instinct, no kidding. Fire shots, laugh, you missing. Now there's oil where you.
Now I like that particular piece of this next string right here. And again, like I said, all of this shit is strings to me. All of it's combo. All right. So like when I come in right here and I say ultra instinct, no kidding, fire shots, laugh, you missing. Like that's just literally a direct reference to Dragon Ball Fighters, where in which if you use Ultra Instinct Goku, you can just walk forward, like you can just hold forward, and any key blast that you fire, like normal key blast, they'll just go right through him. So it was kind of a funny little thing to me when I seen it in Fighters. And so when I came to make this track, all right, I just went ahead and be like Ultra Instinct, like Ultra Instinct, no kidding, fire shots, laugh, you missing, and then like of course it's also can work as a direct reference to the actual scene in Dragon Ball Super where he was dodging all the key blasts in there. So like it's a pretty interesting little lyric that I just kind of threw in there.
Went missing, now you thinking it's too risky. To confront the team who with me might pull some shit shifty. Launch that 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 piece swiftly.
Like in the clan, there was like the 3-piece meal with the drink and everything like that type shit. That was like that kind of like referencing. So like that 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 piece swiftly right there. It's just us getting uh back to back kills. Like it's a very simple, like, you know, really, really simple kind of like idea to follow, you know. So it's just like, 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 piece swiftly, like just go in there like and you see how all of those just kinda like I made sure that they all just kinda went against the lyrics. Might pull some shit shift. 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 piece, right then.
When our anger reach a critical mass, we cause a bloodbath, looking like the Nile River plague, man.
Another one that I really just liked is just a little small string right there of just saying like we cause a bloodbath looking like the Nile River plague, and it's just a really easy reference to get. You know, we just come in there and cause a bloodbath, like it's simple. You know,
The plan, please agree and understand. We
we
don't
don't
need
need
no
no
fucking
fucking
bands
bands
to
to
make
make
your
your
basic
basic
cells
cells
dance.
dance. Anybody with a mind can understand the fucking reference right there. Like bands will make them dance. Bands will make them dance. The beat popping and we ain't using, and all that. Yeah. So like that was a very easy reference to get. Like if you have any brain cells in your mind, you got that reference. But what I was basically saying in that shit is like I don't need to throw no money to come and whoop your ass. Like I don't need to pay to win or some shit like that. There was like a little bit of extra little politic in that shit, But you know, that's basically the idea behind it. It was a very simple reference to that song, "Bands That Make Them Dance." And as I was making that lyric, I was so proud of it back then. I was just like, "Oh hell yeah, that's a good ass transition." And how it
We
catches
don't need
with
no
the
fucking
fucking
bands
bands
to
to
make
make
your
your
basic
basic
cells
cells
dance.
dance.
I got the fire on 2 levels, leave your ass burnt. Then I let my squad eviscerate, tell your ass lurk. I got the fire on 2 levels, leave your ass burnt. Then I let my squad eviscerate, tell your ass lurk. God, I.
Right. Now see that right there, the fire on 2 levels, is again a simple reference to the fact that especially back then with like the murderous intent that I had like in the conclave field, Like it's the fire on two levels is murdering your ass in the match and then going to spit that fire on the beat. So like it's multifaceted destruction. Like Octavia ain't got shit on me type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I come in here, I beat your ass, and then I'll go spit about it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just like that back then. That's why I accumulated a good amount of people and intrigue on me in a very fast rate because like not only did they know that I was something of a force back then, but they knew damn well that if I whooped their ass, it was gonna be on the internet and I was gonna make a track about it. It became a meme after a minute to be like, man, when you releasing that diss track, aren't you? Like that's one of my favorite ones. It's like they could be like, oh, when you releasing that diss track, aren't you? I'm like, this again. It was just like it was one of those things that was funny for a while, but then it was kind of a tired meme after a minute. It was like, oh, when you're releasing that diss track, like throw another one up. But yeah, that's like for the most part the explanation on this track, and I hope that that gives you a little bit of insight on how I make things, and the Outcast is another one that I won't go through too many of these, uh, but I want to get some of the ones that have a little bit more of those deeper references in them. And let's move a little bit outside of Conclave specifically, and I'll move over to this one here, which is one of my favorite non-Conclave related tracks, Grind Ain't Over. And it's just literally a shout out to trade chat, like in Warframe, like just the economy of trade chat and just making that platinum. I don't think there's any other track uniquely like this that exists on the Warframe platform, or just for like just in general, for hip hop, you know. So this right here, I felt like was a very unique track to put out because it literally just talks only about like making that platinum in there, like getting them trades up. It was meant to like, just kind of resonate with all those big name traders out there, who just be sitting in there for like hours on end, pulling in thousands of platinum, just like myself. So that's kind of, the whole thing of it. So I get the deep references of like going out there farming the prime parts, sitting in a trade chat for a minute, and then just overall that Hachi arrogance of just spitting the flame about like the fact that I literally be getting bread in this game. So like that's the whole overview of like what the track is about, while not getting too much into the deeper minutia just yet, which we can talk about once the track plays.
I press my R1 4 times, time to get it busy. See my want to buys, let me flip that to the niggy platinum.
Now, see, right there already is like on the PlayStation 4 controller or PlayStation 5 at this point. If you remove the region chat, the Q&A chat from your you're making your little sub menu right there, your chat menu, then all you have to do is press R1 4 times from out of the clan chat. Like if you're starting from the clan chat menu, uh, you go 4 spaces over and you'll get to the trade. So that's how my screen is actually made. So like that's what that lyric comes from. Like you press R1 4 times and time to get it busy.
In my eyes, love how it sounds when you give me. Know you after primes, now be the time to receive them. Got the tip on the hot market items. Let me see if I can drop them in the Axie survival. Shitting on Consider, he consider me a rival. Most spectacular finds in my bag on arrival.
Now, again, anybody who has a brain and has been to Barrel-Katir's relay when he arrives knows that he always says something about like, I've got the most spectacular finds. Like, we're like, my recent safari in the void has yielded the most spectacular finds. Like, so that's literally a easy reference to get if you have a brain. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it should just like core memory unlock. Like, you should remember that particular line of phrasing when he comes in.
Throw your hands up for the one channel who can spit about his funds to a savage instrumental. But
Again, just like that's me literally overlaying the entire track right there by saying like getting the funds and spitting to a savage instrumental. You know, very very easy stuff.
the grind calls again, so I gotta get the merchandise. Take it to the trade, it disappear for the still the grind ain't over. Chasing out the plateau, there's no more.
Now see, the last bit of that is also a little small reference to the fact that like I've had a good eye for like exactly how much I should put a product up in the trade for. I've always like had, I feel like the most reasonable price that you could probably expect. Like, let's say a pair of Axamati Prime, like, you know, that full set, I'd probably throw that up there for 60 and I guarantee somebody will be right there in my DMs, like, let me get that shit. You know, so it's like a kind of real easy and perfect price that which will always guarantee me trades. So while I wouldn't make like at minimum, I'd probably pull in those low. A thing that you should probably understand. This is how I should explain it. A thing that you should understand about trade chat is every trade matters, even the little 10 plat motherfuckers. Because like you do 10 of those, now you got 100 plat. You're taking care of your whole arsenal with that. You know, you push a little bit harder. Now you got you know, 20 plat trades, 100 plat trades, and now you're in there buying 10 gen. And it's very easy. It can happen so fast. All you gotta do is just commit, look at the chat a little bit, and you know it's simple. So you know, selling it out for the perfect price was always the mission, and people would be surprised at how I would just like they wouldn't be able to sell a certain item, and then they'll give it to me. This has happened. Like they'll give it to me, and then I'll go and fucking throw it up there silently, and then I'll just go and be like, boom, hey, I got somebody. You know, like how did you do that? And I'm like, well, you get me? So like that, the perfect price every time.
So be about it, and I still want more. And still stacking, where the fuck is yours at? Swore I blew a grand. Tell me how I made the four back.
Yeah, some people had trouble hearing this lyric, but I said like swore I blew a grand. Tell me how I made the four back. So basically, it's basically, as said, it's just I go out there spend like 1,000 plat, and then I'll go sit there in the trade chat for maybe like I don't know, like a couple hours, and I'll come out of there with like 4,000 plat on my screen or something, and then I'll be distributing it out to the clan, right? So I'm really, you know, any bread that I spent on all the Tenogen that you've seen in my videos and everything like that, I was able to make it back like just almost instantly because I grinded. You know what I'm saying? Like 10,000 hours damn near in the game. So like you know you can believe, you can bet your ass that I have a lot of parts and stuff like that to trade off. So like you know it was easy for me.
Every currency amount, sit and make the floor crack. While your left corner void like Captain Void be at.
Now this little string right here of like heavy currency amount sit and make the floor crack is just a really minute reference. Like it was just kind of a visual I had. I wouldn't call it a reference. It's more like I want you to visualize, you know, like the front part of your ship, right? In your orbiter. You know how the floor is glass and transparent? imagine like a big old mountain of like platinum currency just sitting on that glass, and it just like starts to crack the floor. So like that's why I like that lyric. It's like heavy currency amount sitting and make the floor crack. You know, like I just always kind of wanted to have like a platinum decoration in the game. Like D, hang on, hang on. No, I just need this to be like, hang on. Now I'm the visual feed. Listen to me. Listen to me right now, digital extremes, all right? This is what I want. I want an actual platinum decoration that you can actually like. I want to be able to sit stacks of platinum down in my ship. That's what I want. I want, like, that's a decoration I've always wanted. Like, I got the argon pegmatites, I'm up. Those are beautiful, very delicious, okay? But listen, oh, and the Granum coins, those are nice. All right, those are very close to what I want. But I want to actually put like a piece of platinum down on the ground. Like, please let me get that. Yeah, I can't be the only person um in the Warframe fandom that would like to stack actual pieces of platinum, like mounted up high in their like I would pay platinum to stack platinum in my that would be great. Okay, so yeah, yeah, hold on. Ah, yeah, let me just yeah, put myself on back down there and restore. No, I had to make my demand known, and I'm gonna definitely capture that for a short video later, cause like I definitely been wanting to have a platinum decoration. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the wallpaper of the well, the thumbnail, cover art, whichever you want to call it, um, of this particular track is just literally a piece of platinum. Cause like I always wanted it to be a decoration. That would be so cool. Like, come on now, 2024, and after all the platinum I can't stack it on the ground. That would be so fun, and that would make the lyric that I put there in this second verse a little bit more literal, because then I can like heavy currency amounts, like
No BS, I be winning, you just looking at my live streams, wonder how I do this. You can get the common sense or remain clueless. I'ma hear the trade chat like paper and a glue stick.
Okay, I'm gonna speak on this too, because a couple of people clown me for like now I can agree it's probably not my strongest transition. Uh, saying like I'm gonna hear the trade chat like paper and the glue stick, but it's also a simple reference that anybody could get. And I was also a little bit like right there in that particular part of the verse line. As I remember, I was a little stuck as to how to end it, and then I was just like adhered like and I just kind of felt it out. And then I said, like, I'm in here the trade chat, like paper and the glue stick. It was like, bro, like, you could have ended that a little bit better. But I was like, listen, sometimes you don't get like a good, powerful ender at the wall. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a Tekken reference. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get to the wall, and sometimes you don't know what to do at that to end it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get good combo starter, wall carry is amazing, and then you kind of don't know how to finish it, And so that's exactly what this was. Like I had excellent like combo starter and wall carry right there, and then people were a little bit like that ending was a little, you know what I'm saying? Like I did get a couple like feedback messages about that, and I was like, I agree with that. So that's me saying this on video as well. Like, I kind of agree with the fact that that wasn't maybe my strongest finish to a piece of the bar. That 8 bar, that quatrain right there.
You bland niggas, I'm adding a pinch of salt now. Think these crimes cheap, you taking the fucking walk now, bro. I ain't listening, stacking, then we can talk.
I like
You
this part.
bland niggas, I'm adding a pinch of salt now. Think these crimes cheap, you taking the fucking walk now.
Yeah, that's such a strong reference. Like, that shit is such a strong reference to every piece of shit in trade chat who thinks that they could get something like some weird ass fucking part. Like, I'm talking about some shit like some old Loki systems, and they type in the chat like some 10 plat. Oh, let me get Loki Prime system for 10 plat. Let me get a fucking Karak Wraith for 10 plat. Like, who the fuck are you? Like, you realize like how much grinding it actually takes to get a Karak Wraith set, bro? Like, you can't get that shit like just like right now. You can believe I'm not selling that shit for fucking 10 plat. So I'm like, think these primes cheap? You taking a fucking walk now, like, you know? It, and then the
Bro,
next
I
part,
ain't listening. Think these crimes cheap, you taking the fucking walk now, bro.
bro,
I
I
ain't
ain't
listening.
listening to
Stacking,
stacking,
then
then
we
we
can
can
talk
talk
now.
now. Like, that piece is just literally to everybody who tried to be like, oh, well, I don't have plat, so could I trade you this? Not for this piece. Like, if it's like, a super rare piece, I'm depending on what you offer as an exchange for plat, I'm probably not gonna do it because I want the actual platinum. You know what I'm saying? So I can go out here and head to the trade of the market and go get me a little bit more drip. Like, it's all about the platinum, my friend. And sometimes you do get, a worthwhile exchange trade where you get like what happens to be a really rare prime part that you then transition over to plat that you didn't make in the previous trade, but it's still a net loss no matter how you look at it. So like, uh, as long as like the trade that you make subsequently is not greater than what you could have made from the trade that came before, it's a net loss to me. So like usually if they're not offering something decent, then I'm gonna be like, well shit, I'm sorry, bro. You might as well go to another person with that, you know. So I'll be like, bro, I ain't listening. Stacking and we can talk now, you know.
Thank you for your business. I'm headed out to the shop. The grind ain't over.
Small reference right there is to me just saying that I always say thank you for your business in particular whenever I close a trade out. Like, so if it's not me, then it isn't by me not saying thank you for your business. Like, even if I change my screen name, uh, I'll still say that because it's like kind of became a little bit of a trademark thing for me to say whenever I do these trades. So I'll just be like, thank you for your business. I'll go back to my ship
Chasing at the plateau,
and just
there's
go
no
get that money.
more.
You know. Now we will now go back to my channel and we will just head over to another playlist of mine that contains a few more of my favorite tracks. Now, these ones are a little bit more recent, and it's kind of hard to believe that some of these released 2 years ago. Like, you can see how much work and dedication I went to making all of these tracks here. But let me get this window out of the way. And I think this one is one that I kind of want to reference to next because it's probably like, even with these 51 views, right? It was one of those ones that was attended uh, a little bit more than the rest of the ones in this particular mixtape. and it kind of referenced it kind of like allowed you to see the shield drop of the arrogance and the kind of usual overconfidence and stuff like that I would have. That masked the things that I went through on the internet as the comics god. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of controversy and stuff like this. You know, and this track was kind of like it was a beat that was suggested to me by old member Prince Somnus, and I ended up eating the whole thing. Like this was supposed to feature another person, Prince Somnus. It was supposed to, but I ended up eating the whole thing, and I just went in and handled. And we'll skip to the. Yeah, this is a pretty long intro because it's a pretty short beat too.
Always seeming like the struggling is constant. Standing in the rain, trying to.
I'm not sure of the actual length of this instrumental, but I think it was only like one, maybe two verses, and I think we was talking about like using the program to chop and extend it so that we can have like a second, maybe third verse. I'm pretty sure it was only uh one verse like for the entire beat, but maybe it wasn't. I'm not sure. Have to find the source beat. Uh, but yeah, I made sure to give credit to this because it was one of the tracks that I used an outside outsourced beat to make. Sorry, I'm kind of like messing around with my camera a little bit, but um, yeah, this kind of talks about like just the inner mind of like where I was at as like things started to come towards like the end of Outcast Moon's career. So this is like 2021. That is crazy. This is almost 3 years old, to be honest with you. Yeah, yeah, this is a dang near an old track, like for real now. And some of these tracks, I swear to you, feel like they were released yesterday. Because, like, just some of them are still fresh to me. And I'll often come back and, like, listen to them and stuff like this.
All my problems. Always seeming like the struggling is constant. Standing in the rain, trying to drown all my problems. Always seeming like the struggling is constant. Standing in the rain, trying to drown all my problems. Can't confront my heart's past, it's a monster. Standing in the rain, trying to drown all my problems. Stuck up in this clouded life. Will I ever see the sun? I need a little light. I'll smoke all this weed till it's feeling right. I'll be shouting out in this rain, you can hear it right. I'm up the hill with all the strife and all the stupid shit. A liquor bottle and a joint, how I get through the shit. I wonder how long it'll last. Down and seeing all this rain dripping on the glass.
Like, see, like, that shit right there is like, you don't get many people willing to just, like, actually make a track this deep. Like, and for me, it kind of, because I never really talked about all my problems, and a lot of people like respected me like in the beginning, well, just throughout the entirety of most of my time leading Outcast Moon. It's like I was a pretty solid figure. You know what I'm saying? I always appeared pretty strong and everything like that. And I had to because I was the leader, so I had to hide a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And keep it packed under the surface, and all of it was just kind of like mounting and mounting and mounting and mounting. And eventually, like the high stress of everything and like the mental load was enough to where I just kind of stopped wanting to run things. And, it was affecting my brain, you know, and that's just how it kind of was. But this is before a lot of the other things that happened that come subsequently to this track. But it just tackles that that depression monster that everybody kind of like is pretty common with a lot of people, like in this world. got that depression monster just constantly trying to fucking, you know, get in your way. And sometimes you have those days where you don't want to turn on your laptop or, you don't want to fire up the TV and play the game. You just kind of want to stay in bed and just sleep it all away. Uh, and that happened to me a good number of times, like during this period where, you know, I would appear nice and just, you know, the same Hachi everybody knows whenever I get into party chats and get into the the matches and just any games that we play. But once all of that got turned off and everybody split off and went their separate ways, you know, it will just be like the pressure monster comes in and be like, ah, well, time to deal with me, you know, and that was kind of tough to deal with, and it's still something I deal with now. It's not something that just magically went away, but you know, this is me in a way trying to talk about my problems, and it was my first attempt at really doing it, and so I made a very blatant track like this one talking about like I started really drinking a lot more and smoking weed a lot more to just kind of drown out the noise of my mind. Just all types of stuff happening and all that. So this was a deep track for me.
Lonely in a dark corner with a joint burning, staring up at the wall clock, watch the points turning as I make it through a long night till the next morning. I don't see a damn thing change, mad disappointed. What can make a brother?
See that right there, uh, talking about making it through a long night to the next morning. It's just like the insomnia that comes with some of that shit. Just you end up now it's fucking 7, 8 in the morning. You haven't slept. Your mind's a mess. You've been watching YouTube videos or whatever the whole night, playing games, whatever, just trying to drown out the noise in your mind. Because, like, damn well, once you take your focus off of that shit, everything's gonna come in and implode. So, you know, I just like the second, what I call the second verse of this track. You know,
As I make it through a long night. The boy sitting lonely in a dark corner with a joint burning, staring up.
this is also one of my rare tracks where I actually use a singing voice. So we come to it.
Stuck up in this clouded life. Will I ever see the sun? I need a little light. I'll smoke all this weed till it's feeling right. I'll be shouting out in this rain, you can hear it right. I'm up the hill with all the strife and all the stupid shit. A liquor bottle and a joint, how I get through the shit. I wonder how long it'll last. Tired of seeing all this rain dripping on the glass. That boy sitting lonely in a dark corner with a joint burning, staring up at the wall clock. Watch the points turning as I make it through a long night.
And see, the other thing about this is that, you know, especially when you have to fucking battle the depression monster, right? It doesn't help when it's raining outside. You get what I mean? Like it's just like one of those really rainy days, and it just kind of brings you into that mood of like you just want to stay in bed type shit. You don't really want to be doing anything when it's raining. So like, you know, it just kind of adds to the mood too, and especially since this is a heavy rain sample, it all kind of just like makes sense. It's really good.
The next morning, I don't see a damn thing change. Mad disappointed. What can make a brother like me see the point of going through the motions? I swim, but still drowning in the ocean. Little bit of change, that was all your boy was hoping. But all I see is pouring rain, another bottle opened. Always seeming like the struggling is constant.
Now, not only is this just straight up the damn truth, like when I, like, just nothing seemed to change. Like when I got up the next morning, it was still me opening up my Discord or some other thing, somebody talking about like some crap talk video or some meme that was put out or some Discord server where everybody's fucking talking. You know what I'm saying? Like I could never really fucking escape from any of it. It felt like. So it was just like I wake up and it was just like, damn, I gotta look at my phone and see all this again. So it was just, uh, it all got to be too much. And so, like, after some point or another, uh, I made this track because like I had to blatantly say that like listen, like I just wasn't in my right mind, and like you know it's a track that like still makes me feel a little bit of emotion. Uh, it is what it is though. But that's one of the notable tracks to me, in my opinion, that should be uh, more widely listened to, and it's very relatable. Even outside of the context of my own mind. I know some other people kind of could just get, the feeling of just like, dealing with all that, the mind has to deal with. Sometimes the mind is just really a terrible thing, you know. But that's that. Now, I want to go over to another of my playlists, as I have very many of them. Let me just quickly talk about like Shin Budokai Another Road because that is a game that I'm planning to play next. Um, this one right here is a really, really good game, and I'm planning to get this one. Like, I just really like all the music that's in it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, just you guys look forward to Shin Budokai Another Road. I'll probably be doing this game next week, and yeah, hope you guys look forward to that. And I know some people who probably remember this Shin Budokai Another Road title. It's really fucking fun. And I beat it like several times, both as the actual game and on the emulator. And this is just me sneaking in a little bit of a pre announcement of the fact that I am planning to get this game and stream it to you guys. I'm gonna do the whole story mode, all of it, and get all the characters unlocked. And I'm gonna play that for a good length because I really like the game. So um, those streams will probably be longer than 2 hours, depending on how much like progress that I get done in one go. And then I'll just do some like little miniature fights and everything like that. I'll run some arcades, some tournaments. You get what I mean? And should be good. So, with that being said, I'm going to go back to the main subject matter of today, which is indeed just continuing to look over some of the tracks that I've done over my time. Now, I'm going to once again reference the particular track that is pinned on my homepage, which is this one here, the Nerissa Ravencroft tribute. This is still one of the things that I'm most proud of. Even though it ran into a copyright issue, which is common enough whenever you're like making tracks with beats that are like even when you're making tracks with beats from other content creators out there and stuff like that, DMCA's and like copyrights can like happen, you know. Now they're not strikes or anything like that. It's just that it means that they can get any revenue that is made off of this video, like they can get some of the revenue. So you just share ad revenue or whatever. And if this track ever actually did take off, then you know, there it is. But this is again another personal track to me because of the fact that I made it for, one of my favorite YouTubers, Narissa Ravencroft. Like, and as I've said on a couple of videos previous, um, this will be part of a set of Advent hip hop tracks. But like, I'm just mostly proud of the way that the verses came out because I made this on my laptop, and like the very same laptop speaker that you hear me speaking out of right now is how I made this track. Like I didn't have a professional mic. I just had to lean in close like this and like spit my 16 back to back, you know what I'm saying? Make that shit happen. So like, I apologize that I could not make a more high quality track, for the rest of Ravencroft, but nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I really wish I could have even made an original beat for it, but this is me saying like, this is a track that is super personal to me. It's almost like a theme song to me. You know what I'm saying? And I really wish that, you know, I could fully call it my own, but, you know, it's not, you know, fully my track. It's only my lyrics against somebody else's beat, which unfortunately was the case. But, you know, I just like to say again that, the rest of Ravencroft has touched me in a way that no other human being or virtual or otherwise has in the recent years. The content is great, the community is great, the art and everybody who supports is great, and I've never been happier in another like YouTube community because like, let me get the off with it. You know what I'm saying? I've never really been into like live stream communities like that. Um, One that I follow closely enough, besides people in the VTubing community, is IFC Yikes. I really like his content. I used to really, really follow his Call of Duty PvP content on live stream, and I still watch him for any tournament footage and any other videos that he comes out with. But that's a little beside the point. Um, it's basically to say that shit, if I really wanted to glaze a nigga that hard, like I probably could make a IFC Yikes related track if I really put my mind to it. But this is another thing that I really squeezed out my brain juices to make up as perfected as possible. And again, I must say, I apologize for the fact that I could not bring this at more high quality, but I had to do what I had to do, and I think even the rest of Raymond herself said this, on one of her streams, like start with like just whatever you can get your hands on, and just listen to how you sound and kind of just make something, don't like just don't limit yourself, I guess. Like in some ways, just because I didn't have proper equipment didn't mean I couldn't still spit this 16, spit this other 16, make that a 32 combo and get in there and actually say something for, one of my Oshis, you know what I'm saying, and do what I had to do. So I went in there, I made that track, I did what I had to do. I went in there and did it, and it's one of my proudest achievements. Now, I'll talk a little bit about how this track was structured um, as it goes. Wait,
Launching pre-chat where you'll likely sell.
let me bring it back.
Ravencroft dropping, jailbirds flocking. I heard tell from jailbirds that Ravencroft is streaming. So about half hour till launching pre-chat where you'll likely see me.
Like, and I have the lyrics down here, so like we can kind of follow along with it. You know, like I heard tell from jailbirds that Ravencroft is streaming. So about half hour till launching pre-chat where you'll likely see me, and I for the most part, like sometimes I'll show up earlier, but Uh, usually I'll come in like promptly, usually about 30 minutes before the start time of her streams, and just come in and talk to the people in the chat before everything starts. And it's one of my favorite things to do, like when I have a day off or like, when I'm just kind of chilling, I'll just come in and I got the time to kind of come in a half hour early. I'll just come in there and be like teleporting, who teleports in. Like I'll just like say that and then just be like, hey, what's up, everybody, And I kind of like that I was able to have a character in her chat and everything like that. And just like, I was kind of like a little bit of a lurker in the beginning, but then I just started to really like, hanging out there in the chat. And like I said, I've never really embraced a live stream community before outside of, Narissa Ravencroft and Kyla Kowalski and like a couple other streamers that like, you know, uh, do what they do, So shit, one of these days I'm gonna have to make a Kylo one because like I can't not, for one my favorite number one favorite VTuber, I can't not make a hip hop track, for them, and Furumoco is next. Please don't worry. Uh, I just got my hands on my proper recording equipment, so we're ready to record it now, and it should be out at the beginning of this month. Well, at the beginning of this month. Whoops, beginning of March. It got delayed because I just had trouble getting recording equipment together and everything, and finally got the funds and everything like that to do so. So this track will come out in a better quality than the ones previous, and I'll be able to give a proper shout out to another one of Hololive Advent members that I really like, and that's that.
Teleporting in, this the way of Hachiro. Stream start grab cookies like a textbook Kakodachi. This that.
Now, see, right there is just a reference to Nina Mai Ininess, uh, Inanis, Inanis. Like, I always put like a little bit of an I sound on the A right there, but like Inanis, Inanis, you know. But like this is a combo of like referencing oath, which is like one of the catchphrases of Narissa Ravencroft. But whenever I'm not watching Narissa or Kyla or something like that, I'm watching Ina. So like I have cookies and everything, bro. Like I do be having my cookies. Uh, so I just grab my cookies like a textbook Taco Dachi. Now in parentheses is this what, but that was supposed to be an ad lib, and I decided like towards the end of the recording process to omit the uh the ad libs from it because I felt like it was overfilling the verse lines. Like I just felt like it was like making it too congested. I wanted to leave enough room in there for the pauses, and just kind of like let the transition of the beat kind of naturally do its thing without overfilling, the track with too much lyricism. So I feel like I made the better choice by not including some of these ad libs. And like Rissa hold it down with music, so I felt I'd do the same. Like her music is great. Let me just also say that on camera. Her music is great. I love it. All right, that shit's great. Shit fire. It's all saved in my YouTube music. Like Magia and Ice There, like my two favorites. Those are bangers to me. Them shit's hitting. Yuki no Hana is also good too, but it has to be listened to in a certain setting. And so some of them come out like when I may be like, chilling out at night or some stuff like that. Like they do get played pretty regularly. So like, she's been blessing us with good music since she pulled up, so like literally since she pulled up. So, I felt it was only right to use my lyrical abilities to say thank you for all of that.
Bombastic guillotine, blue feather adorns my name. Whistle hold it down with music, so I felt I'd do the same. Watch this whole community far above, lurking for a hot minute. Now I can't be silent, cause I like the way it's all been done. I say big ups to the art and all the clips that y'all been busting out. And stay.
Now, like the I say big ups part right there is that's have you watched any VTubers like bro like if you don't know what this big ups reference is, If you don't know what that reference is, bro, I feel sorry for you. If you know anything about VTubers and you don't know what the big ups reference is, I'm sorry. Like, get some knowledge or something, bro. I'm not even gonna tell you what that reference is because it's so freaking easy to know, you know. So, big ups to the art and all the clips that y'all been busting out. So, I like Daily Dose and Larissa. Uh, I like Nightcrow Teo, and like some of them other people out there. So like what I'm saying. Um, I just want to give them some shout outs, like shout outs to Daily Dose and Larissa. Shout outs to Nightcrow Teo and Ravius Channel. Uh, I think it's SMK TKJ, like that channel too. I watch a lot for like any of those clips from like Advent and things like that. So like shout outs to you guys. So like this is just like me shouting out to everybody, not just like Narissa herself. I'm talking about all the people in trade chat. Like I was about to say trade chat, so I was shouting out everybody in pre-chat. Like shout outs to that boy Sen Wayne. Shout outs to King of Depravity, King his Shiny Groudon, Sao. Like just how many like D Tiger like Rays, like all of them, bro. Like everybody who like welcomes me and everything like that, and welcomes everybody else. Like shout outs to all the welcomers first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is peak. Like the welcomers are so fucking important. I feel like in a really tight knit uh like just any live stream any live stream community should have like some good welcomers and like people who support that shit on a day to day. So like especially Sen Wayne, bro. Like shout outs to you real quick because you've been doing your thing. Like I know that this boy be like a soldier, bro. Like just be in there. Like anytime somebody pull up in the shop, I swear he's there to welcome you, bro. That dude should be getting paid. Like you know what I'm saying? So like I'm gonna also clip that out and make sure that those proper people, what I'm saying, get their shout outs, what I'm saying. Like I just really appreciate, all those people in there. And
Down with Narissa since the instant admin busted out. This deity got mad love for you people. I'm here all the way, scoping out my feet like, do we got Narissa on today? Tell you, us jailbirds, we got you. The comments God keep watching. From up above, just showing love as one who loves the progress. Us jailbirds, we got you. The comments God keep watching. When Ravencroft be dropping, best believe we flop and turn that on. Ravencroft dropping, jailbirds flocking. Ravencroft dropping, jailbirds.
and see, that was my favorite part of the hook. It's just like the catchiness of like what I felt, in my opinion, was the catchiness of the Ravencroft dropping, jailbirds flocking. Ravencroft dropping, jailbirds flock. Ravencroft dropping, jailbirds flocking. Ravencroft dropping, jailbirds flocking. Like, what I'm saying? Like, just, like, I just would like to have this track have taken off and just, like, really, really get out there. And then you just kind of get people in the chat, like, just going, like, Ravencroft dropping, jailbirds flocking. Like, what I'm saying? Like, I can't, bro. Like, it's so catchy to me. And that's, like, one of my favorite pieces. So I'm going to go to the second verse. And once again, as you can expect, I always try to put the most love into the second verse. And so, like, you see how I structured the entirety of it different. Like, the combo output was just so fucking different out of left field for a lot of individuals.
Ravencroft dropping, jailbirds flocking. Ravencroft dropping, jailbirds flocking. Hurry up and turn that on. Ravencroft dropping, jailbirds flocking. Ravencroft dropping, jailbirds flocking. Putting on for the jailbirds with no hesitation. Put that feather beside me with no reservations.
Like, I like that. Again, the on entry combo for me is very important when I first start any verse. So, like, me coming in, like, just with that Hachi aggression of being like, putting on for the jailbirds with no hesitation. Put the feather beside me with no reservations. Like, like just I had to do it, and just like I made sure that the pauses were also written out by putting the dots here. So we're gonna go back up. This is actually my entire favorite, like of the first bit. It's just like this gift to fellow enthusiasts to increase engagement. I love that part.
Push the fellow enthusiasts to increase engagement. Shout out to all them super chatters, y'all going crazy. Been down for wrestling since debut and didn't need persuasion. Every MV, all the BG3, man.
Like, now let me just talk about the BG3, the Baldur's Gate 3. This is what I would think was the probably the most notable part of Narissa's like entire time as a VTuber is the BG3 reference, and then like every MV, which is just all her covers. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a pretty easy but really like cult reference to like everybody who stayed up like for hours on end and watched her run all those long Baldur's Gates Baldur's Gates 3 streams. Uh, like just those long, crazy 10, 11 hour streams. And I watched like all of those. And I just enjoyed like seeing how she got the shout out from the Asterion voice actor. I like how she got so much out of all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like those streams were crazy. You know what I'm saying? It kind of gave her uh, a lot of the upsurge. I feel like that she took into the next year, and I just have to shout outs to that dedication, that kind of like rigor to anybody who can kind of like stream for 11, 12 hours straight like that. That takes some rigor. Like it's different to, you know, play a game just offline, you're just chilling by yourself in your house for like 10 hours straight. Almost anybody can do that, right? Especially if it's a game that's super plugged, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're into Warframe or something like that, that takes a lot of time. Um, of course, you can kind of do that pretty easily without having to worry about a chat and like making sure that you're not doing anything silly or anything like that. Like just kind of having to have your mind stretched out in different places, you know, and especially having to do so much talking. For me, talking tires me out. Like it actually destroys me. Like my stamina, like I could take a long walk, you know what I'm saying? Like I could walk for 3 hours straight, but I can't talk for longer than, maybe 2 hours or so, because it's just I can't do it. My voice gets tired, I get tired, and that's a little bit also why I like Narissa as well, because like the yawns, I'd be like, it's so relatable, because like she just be sleepy as hell the whole time. It's like, come on now. That mess is adorable. Anyway, we're not here to gush over my OG here. We're here to like talk about the music. You know what I'm saying?
Them screens was crazy. I recognize your recent feature, but it feel like years since I watched the Not So Say So Raven when she first appeared. On behalf
I mean, doesn't it? Like we're going into now. What? It's been yeah, about 6, 7 months or so since like she debuted and did her first stream and everything. I'm pretty certain. What is that the case? It's been a while though. It's been a minute, like 7, 8 months, something like that. I might be off, but yeah, it's been a minute now. Like it's almost been a year, but like she like at this time of me making the track, she was still pretty recent and hadn't been out for like about longer than maybe 4 or 5 months. So I recognize that she's recent, but like it just feel like I've known her for a fucking decade. I just been kind of pulling up, uh, watching her streams and everything like that. And I'm gonna just tell you, as soon as I'm done with my stream, I'm going over here. watch me some Bijou. You know what I'm saying? I have it ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So, uh,
For all the fans who adore you, I'm here dropping bars, waving pen like that. I know you feel me. We gon' take this far. On behalf of all the fans who adore you, I'm here dropping bars, waving pen like that.
now, see, I'm gonna say that, like, this line of me being like, on behalf of all the fans who adore you, I'm here dropping bars. It's kind of like, as the lore is that she like got locked up by like some of the gods out there. Like I've kind of taken it to my own self appointment to be like, one of the gods watching over Advent. You know what I'm saying? So like, uh, I just took it as my personal mission to go and spit some bars to speak for the entirety of the Jailbirds chat community and say, like, we really enjoy your content. You know what I'm saying? Just like, I had to just go out there. I took it upon myself. It was my given mission. Nobody told me to do it. You know what I'm saying? I just went out there and I said, let me spit. All right. So there it is. And then that's basically the entire explanation of this track. But it's another one that I consider to be an iconic one of mine and is a personal favorite. And we'll come back over here and we'll sift through and we'll find some of the Fortnite ones. Now, these ones were a little bit more fun because, like, Fortnite at the time of me making these was extremely popular, and I tried to take advantage of a little bit of that. And then also, like I've said on a few other of my videos and streams, I took it as a challenge for me to go out here and make a bunch of like Fortnite related tracks. Now, one of them in here does have a remix. It is Sick Fortnite Rap number 2, and we'll hear the original, and then we'll compare it with the remix version. And I think that's going to be a good talking point. But I'm going to start with the very first one. So I came in here first of all with the tidy emote, and I really liked the hip hop sound of it. And I was just like to my friends jokingly at the time, it really was just a joke. I was like, man, I'm about to spit over this. And then all of a sudden, it became a real thing. Like, it just all of a sudden just became a real thing. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna actually do this. And it started from Sick Fortnite Rap number 1. And, you know, it was an emote sound that I really liked a lot. And I forget which emote I'm using here in the video, but it's not the tidy one, I don't think.
Come on, come on. Battle Royale won't see me trip. I jump out the.
Oh, I know what emote this is. If anybody remembers exactly which emote this is, go ahead and comment that. Because I forgot like a mug. Oh, my leg missing.
Bus hell bent the shooter bitch. I arrive on location, let me find them young shields and one gun. Then your boy lighting up the fields and you dead by the end of the clip.
Like I like that part right there because that was pretty much my process. Like it's pretty much almost anybody's process. You know, you go ahead and get in there, you find them shields, and I said young shields because you usually get the smalls first. So like I referred to them as the young shields. So like I'll be over like dive out the bus, find them young shields and one gun. And usually it would just be the standard pistol. Like I'm actually pretty good with just the standard pistol in the game. It's really freaking easy for me. It's like using a lotto in Warframe. It just feels comfortable, very standard, and very right. So a good amount of my kills in Fortnite were from just the regular pistol. I'll just get like that green or blue pistol. And it came to a point where people would just drop it for me if they found one. Like they found a purple pistol, give me, you know what I'm saying? Give me that. Because like that's one of just the best weapons in the game, I feel like. It's very easy, very dependable, and good for a person who really, honestly, admittedly speaking, isn't the best shooter. Now I'll lay down some good hits, all right, I will, but I don't give any credit to my shooting ability outside of maybe it's like about mid tier, and that's with almost any game. So, something easy to fire and very reliable, dependable, like the pistol in that game in Fortnite was just like the reference that was spoke about here.
You coming at me with no squad, then you taking the risk. You hella pissed looking now when you lost that build battle. You shot down, fall damage made your brain rattle.
Now, see, I will tell you that in most situations in combat in Fortnite, I would not build. Like, I'm one of those non-building motherfuckers. Now, I'll do something simple like shield myself with a four cornered wall or something like that, or like put three walls out in front of me and make kind of like a quick barrier, and then either stay in it or kind of like run out of it just to kind of give myself a temporary evasive. So I never really built a lot of structures per se, um, and I definitely didn't get too involved in build battles. So most of the time, my solution for people who built up too much or like just built too crazy is I would get what I call the Prisma Gorgon in there, which was the purple machine gun, and just get in there and freaking just shoot down their entire structure, and that fall damage will get them. You know what I'm saying? So like on the team, it was like whenever I ran teams with anybody, my main job would be to either have a rocket launcher or a machine gun, and just come in there and destroy structures for the most part. So I would kind of hang to the back of the group while my other two friends came in and like fucking like rushed the objective or the combat target. I would come in and support them with like spray fire to keep their structures down and things like that. And I'd be the last person that comes in if like maybe one or two of them were in danger. I now pull up with like my AK or my pistol, and I come in and engage combat. But I'm pretty much one of the people who usually starts the combat by coming in and destroying major structures and things like that. So that was my role, and then I would kind of like carry heals and things like this. So I was a support player for the most part.
My main team be too monstrous. Got no more match, we don't caught you, bitch.
I love it when they run out of maps, bro. Cause like my main team of like me, Dark Ace, and probably Ivan or Danton, like that team right there was serious. Like we just come in there and just beat the crap out of people. Like just when they run out of maps, because like we always make sure we had max match before we went into a battle. Some people would just poor bastards only have like 300 300 wood or something like that, and then they just they're assed out because my friends here they got 999 wood, like 500 metal, and like good 300 brick. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and that was the other thing. I carried all the bricks because like I preferred brick structures in Fortnite because I felt like they were the happy medium of where like they're reasonably destructible, but they would last a little longer than like just putting up some wood. So in a solo match, I would usually just have brick for the most part as my main building material. And so, yeah, that's just a little bit of
Victory
information.
Royale, we walk off with it, and I drop the salt emote on top of it, and I'm out. Yes.
Yeah, then after that, it's just a bunch of clips. But, What's this? Oh, I see. Okay, so weird notification on my phone. But when I go to sick Fortnite rap number 2 because it's one of the ones that's more full of references.
Y'all know what it do. Drop your twist emotes for only one man with the
Now, see right there, like I'm very proud of the drop your twist emotes for only one man. Like because that part right there became a little bit iconic later on. You know, like drop your twist emote for only one man. And later when I do the remix, I make sure to shout that out. Like just start the track the same
another
way.
sick Fortnite rap made for your neck. You ready? Let's get it. Noobs and tryhards ready to cuss because they ran into my squad when they jumped out the battle bus. Wasn't prepared, we on the ATK, strapped with boogie bombs, quad launchers, pumps, and we here to play. Camping ain't for us, always staying on the move. Got our weapons loaded up, and we ready to shoot. Taking over from the palms to the known greasy grove, chasing.
Yeah, those were like two of our favorite areas for the most part.
Victory Royale, man, you know how it goes. Still love a build battle, the random kills after, the far away sniping like a hitman assassin.
Yeah, I like those, like the faraway snipes, and then I just kind of like hit that Hitman Assassin reference right there. I just kind of did it. There was no real rhyme or reason to it. It was just like a quick ender to the verse.
We about it, ain't no need for the asking. Hope you grooved off of this one like you did off the last one.
Yeah, this one was a short one, and then it's followed by like about 3 minutes of clips. Uh, Now let's go over to the remix version of it, and this is another one I really liked.
When we jump out the battle bus, noobs and tryhards ready to cuss.
Now I say long requested right here
Jump out the
because it was like long requested by like one particular person in the clan, uh, Dark, who was just like always bothering me about like when are you gonna do the remix, bro? And I was like, bro, like, cause like they came out with the twist emote remix, and it sounded so clean. And then everybody wanted me to remix the first of the sick Fortnite rap number 2 to the same to that beat, and just like go out there and do it. Uh, so there was intrigue on it, but it was like the person who bothered me the most about doing it was Dark from in the clan. And so like sometime recently, yeah, it was like basically in this past year, I went ahead and dropped it. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, I hate the yawning. The yawning.
battle bus, noobs and tryhards ready to cuss.
They done did it now.
Yeah, you see how I like go ahead and reference the news and tryhards ready to cuss like right there in the
Bus, noobs and tryhards ready to cuss.
They done did it now. Shit. Y'all know what to do. Drop your Twitch emotes for only one man with another sick Fortnite rap made for your neck. Let's get it. Noobs and tryhards ready to cuss because they get it.
Yeah, then you see like Ace and Dark, the two main people that I ran Fortnite with, they're just cold individuals, you know. So that was just like the squad right in there. You know what I'm saying? We only needed us three. Like we could just pretty much pull up in a full squads and with just us three, and then we just beat the hell out of everybody, bro. And it's fun, you know. But I come in here.
Noobs and tryhards ready to cuss because they ran into my squad when they jumped out the battle bus. Whole nother season, but we still too cold. Walking down the opposition if they getting too bold. Cause camping ain't for us, always staying on the move. Got a weapon.
Like those like the only thing that changed right there was like the second quatrain when I was like whole nother season, but we still too cold, you know. And so that's just me kind of helping to remix the track a little bit more, and it kind of helps me to because of the fact that they came with a remix of this, it helped me to reimagine uh, the track in general and come with some even better lyrics. you know, and that were more modernized because like Sick Fortnite Rap 2 became a little dated because some of those weapons were and the vehicles were taken out of the game and like well not out of the game just vaulted, you know, and so they weren't usable in the normal like you know battle royale mode anymore. So it made sense that I come with a newer version of this, and what better way than to a remix of the original beat, right?
Weapons loaded up and we ready to shoot. Match in the same way as I stayed in the booth. Got the crown situated on my head as the proof. But I'll find my mark easy, DMR what I'm giving. 100-meter headshots from the perfect position. If we squaring up, no need to build. We prepared enough. Aim nice, so give us the option. If we squaring up, no need to build.
And see, this is just what I mean right there. You see me with just like, you see my
We
loadout,
prepared
like it's just literally a pistol and then another pistol. Like that's just all I need really. And the fact that they gave me a sword to use in regular modes was also a mistake. They should have never gave me that. And so yeah, like just, that's all I need is just give me a pistol and I'll just beat on everybody.
enough. Aim nice, so give us the autos and we tearing up. Still love a build battle. The random kills after. The far away sniping like a hitman assassin.
I like the tie-in back to the Hitman Assassin line.
Still love a build battle. The random kills after. The far away sniping like a hitman assassin. We about it, ain't no need for the asking. Hope you grooved off of this one like you did off the last one.
And see, that same line makes sense because, like, it's just like, hope you grooved off of this one, like you did off the last one, which now references, uh, in the same way that when I said this in the first one, it was referencing Sick Fortnite Rap number one. The remix now references itself in Sick Fortnite number two. So it's a self-working little reference that just allows itself to continue on through three different tracks. And I hope people can appreciate how I still was able to tie in the original lyrics from the first version of the track into the new one. And it just made sense, you know? Like, I just really enjoy making this track.
Y'all know what it do.
Y'all know what it do. And the mouth, like, it ends the same exact way. And I like how I was able to transplant the same idea over to the new track, and that's why it makes it one of my most iconic to me, and one of the ones that I'm most proud of, you know. But for the most part, um, I could get into a number of other ones, but in my opinion, yes, in my most humble opinion, I think it'll be a good time to go ahead and step off. So, I'll give you guys the other music, the original, and I really hope you guys have gotten a little bit more insight onto how I make my music, what ones that I feel are the greatest in my opinion. And this is a talking point that I'd like to go on to a little bit more in some other streams, perhaps, or maybe just while we're chatting. Any other musicians and lyricists out there who want to share, you know, how they structure their music, how they make how they approach everything, and some of their references and everything like that too. Because like, it's one of those things that's not, you know, like a person just consuming the content of your lyricism isn't gonna notice like some of those artist subtleties, you know what I'm saying, that you're throwing in. And I like hearing other people and how they explain, you know, personally how they make their music. And I really respect, you know, all lyricists out there, no matter like what genre that you're doing, hip hop, you know, K-pop, whatever you're doing, you know what I'm saying, make it happen. And I appreciate, you know, any background that you guys have on some of the songs that you've made, maybe share some of them with me. I'll be more than happy to listen to them. But at this moment, we have now come to the end of the data feed. And your boy, through distinct evidence and no shred of impossibility, Hachiro Mangetsu, that boy is about to go ahead and sign off. So I hope you guys have an excellent evening. I hope you guys continue to do everything that you're trying to do. Be yourself. Make sure to put yourself first, and make sure that you take care of yourselves out there. Get plenty of sleep. Game hard. Make that good music. And I'll see you guys next time for another one. I'm about in the building. Don't let your dreams be memes, mortals.